Okay, so I'm going to show you how to make an egg wrap that you can use as a form of a crepe as well. If you want to make your own delicious kind of low carb chocolate with dark chocolate, 80 to 85% is normally quite good. Some people add in a bit of xylitol, you melt it, put in a bit of double cream, and then you just kind of spread it on the inside if you want to make crepes, and of course you roll it up. Now I'm going to show you how just to make a normal wrap, and then you can make your own filling. I sometimes do spinach that I cook beforehand in butter, and then I mix it in with some full fat cream cheese, and then I put it inside the wrap, of course roll it up. Absolutely amazing. Tonight I'm going to make some wraps myself, and then I'm going to use the filling, well basically the food that I use for spag bowl. I'm just not going to do the courgette that I would normally do, but I'm going to use the mince and stuff and put that on the inside with mushrooms and stuff, and then you eat it like that. It tastes so nice. It's a lovely thing to do. It's just knowing how to do it. I'm going to show you. I'm going to use eggs, and I'll take you through this step by step. Okay, so step number one is you're going to break 2 eggs into a small bowl, and then you're going to use a fork to whisk it. So until it's all broken up. I'll show you. So here we go. Give it a good old whisk. Try not to get it over the sides and everywhere. Don't make a mess. So just give it about 30 seconds or so, should be fine. Sometimes kind of use a little bit more force, and it's breaking up very nicely now, getting smoother as well, so all the egg yolk is broken up. Go another 10 seconds, and then we're going to add it into the frying pan. Now I've added some butter, unsalted butter, into my frying pan, and it's quite a big frying pan. It's the size of a normal plate, and I've got the heat on very low now. All you do is you take your egg mixture and pour it into the middle of the frying pan, and just gently pour it in there. Okay, now what we're going to do is we're going to spread it out a little bit, but just tilting the frying pan bit by bit, move it around until it kind of covers the whole bottom of the pan in a way. There you go. That should be okay. And again, like I say, it's on a very low heat. You don't want this to start cooking, you don't want to fry it. Now I've also got the lid for another pan that I can use on this one, and it does cook the top bit as well, so it's not just the bottom. So I just gently place it over that. If you've got one or something bigger, that's absolutely fine. And then I leave it for a couple of minutes, then I have a look, and then what I'll do is I'll run the spatula around the sides of it and see if it's already kind of cooked. And then once I think it's quite solid at the top and it's not gooey and runny anymore, then I will remove it. Now it's been about 2 minutes. It's still a bit runny on this side, so what I'm going to do, this side's cooking a little bit faster just because of where the flame sits underneath, and I'm just going to turn the pan over so that the flame sits right underneath this bit that's not really cooked yet. But the bits on the other side, if I run the spatula underneath, it's kind of getting there. It's still very soft, so it's not really that cooked yet. But it doesn't matter if it takes you 3, 4, 5 minutes. Doesn't matter. You still want it to come out the way you need it to be. Otherwise it's just going to break up. You won't be able to. It will just be normal egg. So you still want it to be able to roll it up into a sort of wrap. So it has to be cooked everywhere. And I'll show you what to do afterwards. So I'll place this back on top again and give it another couple of minutes to see how I get on. Okay, the lid has been removed, and as you can see, this moves around in the pan. I can slide it backwards and forwards. That's because I put in enough butter so it doesn't stick to the pan, and it's a non-stick pan. I highly advise you to use a non-stick pan, otherwise it might be a mess. But yeah, it seems to be cooked. If I run this over the top, it's pretty solid. I don't want it to go too hard. But yeah, you can see it will actually lift up if I do that. So that's fine. And that's been about 4 minutes in total, to be honest. So it doesn't take that long, even on a low heat. You can see there's hardly any flame underneath. Just move it around. If you feel like you want to cook a different side a little bit more, then just move it around. Okay, so now the next step is we're going to place it on the plate, and then we will roll it up. Okay, now we're going to remove this from the pan. And how you can do this is, if it just slides off, you can kind of just gently help it along like that and start at the far end of the plate, okay, because you're going to slide it out like this and then just move the pan, or you can just kind of give it a helping hand as you tilt it let it slide out like that. There you go, bang. All done, very, very good. It's a little bit buttery on the top. If you want to, you can, what I would do is I'll let it cool down and then you can just tilt it, and if you want to run the butter off a little bit. I maybe used a little bit too much on that one. You really just want to cover the frying pan's bottom end so that it doesn't stick to it, that's all. But there is a bit of butter sitting on the top. So what I'll do is I'll give this about 4 to 5 minutes, I'll let it cool down, and then I'm going to show you mixture that I'm going to put into it. I've got a low carb protein, kind of almost like Nutella here, that my wife got for her birthday, which is really nice. So I'm going to use that today on my one. But yeah, like I say, let it cool down first, don't eat it hot. If you want to, that's absolutely fine. You can eat it hot, wrap it up with the stuff that you've made, put it on the inside, and then go for it. Last step. Now, this has been sitting here for about 4 minutes, it's cooled down. I basically tilted the plate, held the wrap on the sides, and then just let some of the butter run off. If you do it on coconut oil, it's the same thing if there's a little bit remaining on top. I think coconut oil actually works better with this because it doesn't, you don't actually taste the egg as much, although this doesn't taste that much of egg as well. So I've stuck the mixture, this is like chocolate and nuts. I've put that in the microwave just to melt it a tiny bit. And now I'm going to spread it on there like this. There you go, almost like you would make a crepe. Like I say, you can make this with a 85% dark chocolate. You can add in a bit of xylitol, which is quite a good sweetener. That's fine, it's natural, so there's nothing wrong with that. Stevia's got a little bit of a taste. There you go, last little bit. And then what I'm going to do is I will just roll it up from the one side. So lift it up. If you need to stick something underneath there just to tilt it up a little bit, just gently start rolling it up into little bits. There you go, just like that. Pull it back a little bit. This one's sticking to the plate, but that's fine. There you go, and voila, there you go, there is your wrap, all done and filled with chocolate. Like I say, whatever you would like to put on the inside, it's up to you. Make a good nice mixture with vegetables, something like that. This is really nice. But let it cool down. Sometimes when you let it cool down, it doesn't break as easily. Mine is never broken, it's actually come out right. So fill it with whatever you would like and enjoy it. Have a good one. Thanks for watching.